All right, we're gonna go ahead and start with this. What the question is asking is what is the net capacity lifting from the main boom over the side at a 70-foot radius? Okay, now this gave us a little extra information that we didn't need, uh, or has a little extra information on here that we don't need. So just be mindful of that. They might sometimes give you all three. You give your radius, your main boom angle, and your main boom. For this one, we're not going to need our main boom angle. And the reason we don't need it is because yes, we have a fixed jib, and yes, it is erected, but it also says what is the net capacity lifting from the main boom over the side. Now, that tells us we don't need our main boom angle, our main boom angle. We just need our main boom and our radius. Now, if that was a fixed jib erect and we uh, erect picking over the side off of the jib, then we wouldn't use our radius because one, our boom's not fully extended, and two, uh, yeah, we don't need a radius because the boom's not fully extended. And two, we're picking from that jib, so we would have to use our degree, our main boom angle in order to find the 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 gross capacity of the crane. So we'll go ahead and get started. This one's a little bit different than what we have been going over. So, all right, go up here. We're going to start on our deductions page, just like we always do every time. We have our line pulls, 12,920. Our question is asking main boom over the side. We know we got our 360-degree chart. Obviously, outriggers are extended, and we have 7,800 pounds of removable counterweight because that's what all the charts have. So we'll go ahead and get started with our deductions. So our first one, main boom. We have 90 feet of main boom. So we'll go ahead and add that up here. 90, 90 foot of main boom. And then our radius, we have 70 feet because instead of being on the actual chart, it's in the question. And we're not even going to worry about the main boom angle because it tells us we're picking from our main boom. We don't need to worry about it. We're not picking from our erect jib. The only time you're going to use that is when your main boom is not fully erect. Oh, sorry. When your main boom is not fully erect and you don't have a radius, and you don't have a radius, and you're picking off the jib. That's the only time you're going to use that. And usually, whenever you're picking off the jib, you're not going to have a radius. You're going to have a main boom length, and you're going to have a main boom angle. That's all you're usually going to have. So now this one's a little different. We don't have radius on the chart. We don't have other, and we also don't have an auxiliary head. So other down that second other is where your auxiliary boom head would usually be. So we're going to move right into our 32-foot fixed extension. So this is a 32-foot fixed extension, and it is erect. So it's erect. So now the effective weight of that becomes 4,250. So we're going to go here, 4,250, because the reason it is a deduction is because we're not making a pick from that jib, so it automatically becomes a deduction based on the effective weight of that jib. On the next one, there's no angle. The angle would be 0, so there's no offset in it. So we don't have to worry about an offset. Obviously, it doesn't matter anyways because it's an effective weight, so we don't have to worry about an offset. If we had an offset and we were picking from it, that would change our chart at when we find our gross capacity. The block is going to be a 15-ton, one shiv, two parts aligned. So we're gonna come over here, find our 15-ton shiv, one shiv, two parts aligned. That's going to be 380 pounds. So come up here, 380, and then we're going to do our little equation, x, two parts. I'm going to push this up here where it belongs. And now we're moving to our ball. So this is our 7.5 ton ball. It's 8 foot below the tip. So just like usual, we'll go ahead and write our auxiliary line in here. So we are going to be 8 foot from the tip. So we'll just go ahead and put that little 8 in there. And then our ball is the standard 7.5 ton ball. 7.5 ton headache ball, and it's 338 pounds. Just kind of keep these things lined up as best I can here. Rigging, we have 200 pounds of rigging. Oops. See, text, sorry. Text. So 200. 200 pounds of rigging. All right, now that that is finished, we're done. We have our auxiliary line written down. That's 8 pounds. Now we need to find out if we have a main line deduction. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, find our range diagram, because that's always the next thing. And like I said, we're continually progressing. I forgot to write stuff to the last load chart. Excuse me. Forgot to relay stuff to the last load chart. So we have 90 foot of main boom, 90 foot of main boom with 90 foot of main boom and a 70 foot radius. We're going to come over here, 70 foot radius, main boom is 90 foot. So we're going to follow that arc just like we have been. Follow that arc all the way down. We're going to follow this straight line up to where these two meet. Keep following that arc. And again, that puts us between 50 and 60 foot tip height. So as per usual, we go to the next highest tip height. Follow that over. That gives us a tip height of 60 feet. Put that in our tip height here, 60 feet. All right, and we are done with that. So we're going to go ahead, scroll on down. Now we need to find the chart that we're going to be working off of. So this is best capacity, net capacity lifting from the main boom over the side. So we didn't even need to look at that. I mean, it's up here, so it's easy for me to look at. But we already know because we wrote it down, we got a 360-degree chart. So we're in our 360-degree chart. This is our fully extended 360 degrees. And we have 90 foot main boom. 90 foot of main boom with a 70 foot radius. So we're going to follow that here. 90 feet. We'll go ahead and run down this side. It's just that way I can stay out of the way of the numbers. 70 feet. So we're going to go right here. This is going to be the chart we're working off of. So our gross capacity is 6,190 pounds. We're going to go ahead and enter that into our chart at gross capacity. So our gross capacity is 6,190 pounds. Put that in there, 6,190 pounds. All right, see if I can move that a little bit actually. So now that we're done with that, we can go ahead and add up all our deductions, figure out if we're going to have a line deduction because we have two parts of line. So we know that we only need one part of line to make that pick of 6,190 pounds. So we can automatically deduct one part of line. So 1 times 60, and as per usual, that's going to be 60 pounds. Move that over here. Awesome. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deductions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deductions. So we'll go ahead and get on our calculator here, and we're going to add up all our deductions together. So we got 4,250 plus 380 plus 338 plus 200 plus 8 plus 60 equals 5,236 pounds. That's going to be our deduction. 5,236 pounds. Alright, we're going to deduct that from our gross capacity. So 6,190 minus 5,236 equals 954 pounds. That is going to be our answer. 954, that's going to be our net capacity of our crane. So we're going to go down here, see what our net capacity is. There it is, 954 pounds. All right, we're going to finish with that side. We're going to move on to the next one.